right, joining us for more is the Secretary of the Vhembe Concerned group, Richard Mukhaninga. Very warm welcome to you, sir. Thank you for joining us here on SABC News.
Thank you very much.
All right. Nobody wants to, sort of condone violence, but in the absence of what some residents say is, there's no proper law enforcement, our community is not left without options, and thus they behave in this sort of manner.
Actually, what the community said is that they say that they no longer have a trust in the justice system, because when they arrest a suspect today, tomorrow you will see them out. And what surprised them is that the very same suspect, they continue to terrorize the community, and in the absence of the law, that's where you see the community take the law into their hands, like what is happening around the Vhembe district.
Yeah, I saw in that clip that we played just before talking to you, I think it was you who was saying that you would encourage community members to resist the temptation to involve themselves in mob justice and vigilante attacks. But it is quite ironic in that you said otherwise you could face arrest. And this is what the community members are asking for, aren't they? That, there's arrest of those people who are, in fact, torturing community members, and, the housebreakings, you understand, the murders, the rapes. Why are police not dealing with that? Mr. Mukhaninga?
Yes, I didn't hear you properly, but actually what our organization represents is to see that we are law-abiding citizens, and nobody is allowed to take the law into their hands. Like what we did last year, we have an engagement with the provincial commissioner, whereby we agreed that we are not going to allow any mob justice in the Vhembe district, and we have tried to curb the number of mob justice together with the police department, police stations, where we go in a situation whereby there's a tent in the community. We risk our lives to go in the angry community, and we try to calm their anger down, to make sense to them, to say, let us allow the law to take place. But in the absence of law, that is why we see the people that are angering. And it is this time that, as the organization, we encourage the NPA, the police, the correctional service to have the indices that are meant to address the issues of the failure of executing the responsibility in terms of the law. So this is why we said we need the mob justice indices, whereby the NPA, the correctional services and the police, they are going to hear what is it that is bothering the community. Why are these community resort to the mob justice? And that's where we are going to have a solution, because these people that are doing a mob justice, they also have a solution in terms of what they are facing on the daily basis.
Yeah, and you talk about a solution, but what is the solution? What do you believe to be the solution in the meantime, apart from telling community members that they should be sitting ducks, awaiting crime?
The solution is that let us have the court that they are not going to prolong the case, they keep postponing. You see, because the people that are no longer believing in the justice system. Let us change the way we handle the cases. And it's the issue of those who don't have the money, because it seems that our courts are in a favor of those who have the finance, because when you have the finance, you can be able to afford your own private lawyer. But those who don't have the finance or money, they cannot afford. That's where the balances of forces, they are not really even balancing. That's why we say, the community say, enough is enough. If we don't have money, it means that we are going to suffer. Then we need to protect ourselves. So that's where we come in as the organization, say, let's close the gaps. Let's all address the issue. If it's a crime, the crime does not have a color, crime does not have a particular name. The crime is a crime. then we need to treat it fairly. And the law must come in.
Yeah. What do these numbers say to you? I mean, if you look at the statistics, we hear that in Limpopo, there were 237 cases reported of murder, 37 of which were vigilante or mob justice cases. What do those, that's a scary number on both ends, really. What does that say to you?
It worries. It worries because here, where we are, we don't know. Even myself, as I'm talking to you, I don't know if tomorrow I'm going to still survive. Because the issue is that we don't even have that protection whereby the law is taking its responsibility. And that's why we said the high crime rate in terms of the killings, the rapes, is because the law is slow to take the mandate of charging those who are found wanting to contravene the act. And this is why we say if this district is not even attending to the issue of the gangsterism that is here, or even these people who are being hired to kill the people. That's why we find that it is difficult for community, because remember, we were once invited the minister of the police crying about the gangsterism that is terrorizing our district. And it is this time now that our Vhembe community, they are saying they don't even have a trust in the justice, because even the gangsterism, they are taking the law into their hands. They are becoming the law themselves. So that is why we have this high rate of killings, we have the higher rate, because nobody is taking responsibility, because they are fearing of this gangsterism. And that's why the community says, enough is enough. We want to defend and protect our society and ourselves.
All right, that is the Secretary of the Vhembe Concerned group, Mr. Richard Mukhaninga. Thanks very much for speaking to us, of course, on the back of the increase in vigilantism in Limpopo.